I got promoted to night shift manager at the Greyhound station about 2 months ago, I think. It seemed like a good move at the time. Better pay, less crowded hours, and minimal oversight from corporate. The station runs on skeleton crew after midnight, so it's usually just me, a ticket agent, and a maintenance guy. That's when I started noticing the bus that wasn't on the schedule. You see, I work from an office that overlooks the main terminal. At 3:47 a.m., every night, without fail, a bus pulls into Bay 7. It's an old Greyhound, faded paint, tinted windows you can't see through. The destination board above the windshield is always dark, with no route number. I haven't seen a driver emerge from that bus. The first time I saw it, I assumed it was a maintenance vehicle or an early arrival. I checked the schedule, but nothing. I even checked with Marcus, the maintenance guy. He said he hadn't called for anything. It's probably just a scheduling error, I told myself. Corporate systems are messy like that. Buses get routed wrong all the time. Except it happened again the next night. And the night after that, and every night for 2 months, that bus arrives at 3:47 a.m., sits in Bay 7 for exactly 12 minutes, and leaves. I finally asked Diane, the ticket agent, about it, and she went pale, actually pale, like someone had drained the color out of her. You can see it? She asked. Of course I can see it, it's right there. How long have you been seeing it? Her voice was very quiet. Since I started this job, 2 months? She didn't say anything else. She just excused herself and went to take her break. When she came back, she refused to look at me. That night, I decided to investigate on my own. At 3:45 a.m., I went down to the terminal. The place is really eerie at that hour. Fluorescent lights, empty ticket windows, rows of plastic seats where nobody's sitting, the smell of industrial cleaner and stale coffee, nothing but the sound of my shoes echoing through the empty halls. Bay 7 was empty, just concrete and the faint smell of diesel. But, like clockwork, at 3:47, right on schedule, the bus appeared. It didn't pull in from the street, it was just there, like it had materialized. The driver's side window was down, and I could see the silhouette of someone in the seat. I couldn't see any features, just a dark shape wearing what looked like a uniform cap. The bus door hissed open. "Well," a voice said from inside. It was dry, patient, like someone who'd said this exact same thing many times before. "We're ready for you." "Ready for me for what?" I asked. "Your shift," the voice said. "You're the night shift manager. This is the night shift. Come on, we're running behind." I should have walked away. Every instinct was screaming at me to just walk away. But something about the voice was compelling. Not threatening, just expecting. Like I'd agreed to something and forgotten about it. I took a step towards the bus. "No," I said, stopping myself. "No, I work here, at the station, not on a bus." "You do now," the voice said. "You accept the promotion, night shift manager. The bus is your responsibility. Come on, we got passengers." I looked through the windows. The tent was too dark to see through, but I got the sense there were people in there. A lot of people. All waiting. I don't know what this is, I said, but I'm going back inside. I turned and walked away. I didn't run. I kept my pace steady and professional, like I was just ending a routine check. But I couldn't keep my hands from shaking. I went back to my office and I locked that door. At 3:59 a.m., right on schedule, the bus left. It didn't drive away, it just faded, like a photograph losing focus, till it wasn't there anymore. The next night, Diane didn't come in for a shift. I called her, but got no answer. I texted her as well, but nothing. Marcus came in and said he'd heard she'd quit. Just texted in her resignation at 2 a.m. Well, did she say why? I asked him. Nope. Just said she couldn't do this anymore. I considered quitting too. I seriously considered it. But the money was just too good to pass up, and I told myself it was just a hallucination, sleep deprivation. After all, the night shift messes with your head. At 3:47 a.m., the bus came back. This time, when the door opened, the voice said, "Your agent quit. We'll need you to cover her shift as well. The night shift is expanding." "I'm not getting on that bus," I said from the safety of my office, looking down at the terminal below. "You already have," the voice replied. "You accepted the job, you signed the contract, you work the night shift now. The bus is part of the night shift." I pulled out my contract. I'd signed it in the office when I was promoted. I reread the entire thing carefully. There, on page 3, in a clause I was certain I'd never read before, night shift manager responsibilities include supervision of all night operations, included, but not limited to, scheduled routes, unscheduled routes, and routes operated by third-party contractors. All unscheduled operations occur between the hours of 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. and are the sole responsibility of the night shift manager. The signature at the bottom was mine, but I did not remember signing that page. I called corporate and got put on hold, then transferred again, till finally someone in HR picked up. I need to discuss my employment contract," I said. "There are clauses I did not agree to." "Your contract was reviewed and approved," the HR person said. And she sounded tired. "Is there a specific issue?" "Yes, there's a bus, an unscheduled bus, coming through Base 7 every night. It's not any schedule I can find, and..." 3:47 a.m. service," she said, cutting me off. "Yes, that's been in operation for quite some time." "For how long?" Since before my tenure," she said. "Since before most people's tenure. It's an old route, very old. Contractor's independent. We don't handle their scheduling." "Who operates it?" She was quiet for a long moment. "That's not information I'm authorized to discuss," she finally said. "But I can tell you that your responsibility as night shift manager is to ensure the service operates smoothly. If there's been an issue, you'll need to address it with the contractor directly." "How do I..." She hung up. That night, at 3:45 a.m., I went down to the terminal again. This time, I wasn't going to run away. I was going to get answers. At 3:47 a.m., the bus appeared, right on time. The door opened. "I want to know what this is," I said. "What is the 3:47 service? Where are you going? Who are the passengers?" The figure in the driver's seat didn't move. The voice, when it came, sounded sad. "You're the manager," it said. "You should already know. You've been managing this route for much longer than you realize." "What does that mean?" "Check your employment file," the voice said. "Look at the hire date. Really look at it." I went back to my office, and I pulled out the employee file on the computer. My hire date was listed as 3 years ago. Not 2 months. 3 years. And there was a whole employment history I'd never seen before. Performance reviews, attendance records, incident reports. All signed by me. All dated over the past 3 years. But I'd only been working here for 2 months. I called my apartment and a woman answered. A stranger, someone I had never heard before. "Who is this?" I demanded. Why are you in my apartment?"
"I'm the new tenant,"
she said.
The lease started 3 years ago."
I hung up. Went to my car to drive away from the station. I got in and started the engine, and I drove out of the lot towards the street. And I ended up back at the station. I tried again, a different direction. I ended up at the station from a different entrance. The bus was still there. It's always there now. Every night at 3:47 a.m., it pulls into Bay 7, and every night, the same voice asks me to come aboard. I haven't gotten on yet, but I'm starting to realize that I've been on the bus for a very long time. That all of this, the office, the station, the contract, it's all been part of a route I've never actually got off from. And I'm starting to remember things. Fragments. A night 3 years ago waiting at a bus station for a late night departure. Getting on a Greyhound, settling into my seat. The driver turning to me and saying, "Welcome aboard. Night shift starts now." And everything after that is my night shift. The job, the office, the pretense of employment. It's all been the route. And I've been a passenger the entire time, pretending to manage it. Tonight, when the bus arrives, I think I'm finally going to open the door and look at the other passengers. I think I'm finally going to see who else has been riding the night shift with me. Because I can hear them now. The walls of the office, the concrete of the terminal. I can hear them breathing. All those people in the seats behind the tinted windows. And I think they've been waiting for me to finally understand. I think the night shift has been waiting for me to finally accept where I actually am. The bus will be here in 4 minutes. I'm going to go downstairs now. I don't think I'm coming back up.